Good evening, welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Mark, I am your keeper of Arcane lore. I have muted my players because they are accustomed to jumping in. We are playing Massive Nyarlathotep, Call of Cthulhu. Been 2 weeks. Unfortunately, we are missing Ian, who plays Professor August Faulkner. But we do have Michelle here. She's just cameraless because she lost her camera because she's on empty. We will do a quick introduction of how they're playing. I will do a very quick recap and we'll jump into some sanity stuff. Alright. Excellent. We will start with, since she's hiding, Michelle. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Kathy Bacon for the first time this weekend.
Ooh. I would hope so. Where is he playing Kathy Bacon?
Well, I'm playing a version of it tomorrow.
Ah, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, see? Yeah, never mind. Ignore me.
I'm so self-absorbed, I transported my character from this into another game, weirdly.
Well, I helped with that. Come on. Give things what it's due.
Yeah, it was originally your idea, but
Wait,
what had happened to that particular Kathy has gotten so far away from anything we talked about. It's got to the point of absurdity, and I can't say anymore. I can't say any more about it without ruining it for the two of the players who are here. But yeah, no, that got out of hand. That really did get out of hand.
I will catch up at some point, but we still need to release it all on YouTube. I think I will just number the episodes and release them without a description, if you don't mind, because I think people will like it. Tim, how about you?
Sense.
Hi, how about me? I'm doing well. I'm playing Bob the Explorer. Bob loves his sword. Bob plays with his sword a lot. Bob is now talking to his sword, but Bob is having fun. He's pretty burnt up from the last time. He's been very scared lately. Yeah, it's been a nice vacation here in Africa.
I'm sure it has been. And last but certainly not least, Lavaita.
Hello, I'm playing Evelyn Caldwell, who I honestly thought was going to die last session.
The night is young. So, if that's it for you, then to recap, last session our wonderful investigators made their way into the throne room of Nyarlathotep, where he was being summoned by the priestess Mwero in order to witness the birth of his child to the what do you call it? Eris? Hypatia Masters, who was a member of the original Carlisle expedition. Upon seeing Nyarlathotep, they all went fucking nuts, lost control of their characters, and one of them ended up naked in amongst a bunch of cultists that were being murdered by their god. Once gathering their wits, without Kathy, as she had disappeared, the rest tried to make their way over to Hypatia, where she was sitting much deformed, ready to give birth. And as she did so, I'm not going to say because the other players can hear, but some things were discussed and deals might have been made. And they were able to kill the spawn of Nyarlathotep. Once they escaped in all the madness and the orgy of violence, they made their way back down the mountain to the village where Sam Bariga had managed to help Kathy into the fetal position and left her there. And we're going to start a little bit further back. Everyone else got to see some of the madness. Kathy didn't. So we're back again in that mountain, in that alcove. They've just seen Nyarlathotep both in and surrounding the mountain in his awesome, terrible form. And Kathy finds herself... Wait a minute, because I just heard it.
Kathy finds herself where?
In Leicester Square.
Oh. Wow, so there's really either I've really lost it or there's been some time.
You are dressed up. It's the gown you're wearing. It must have cost hundreds of dollars. There are people with cameras set up. There are lots of people outside the Odeon waiting to attend. Your name is big on the what do you call it? Why do I forget words? On the sign. Kathy Bacon stars in The Bloody Tongue. You make your way through, you're schmoozing, you're shaking hands, you're being told how wonderful your performance is and how they think this is your resurgence in Hollywood. You take your seat beside the director, your co-star, a very handsome man by the name of Abraham, who looks very familiar to you, so you know him, but even more familiar. And as you try to speak to him, he puts his finger to his mouth, telling you to shush.
How rude.
The film starts. A title card, very arty, your name big, much bigger than your co-stars. And then you see it. You see that dark god tearing into his followers. You see your friends ripping at their clothes, stabbing at people, gouging out eyes. And you feel a hand on your knee. And where Abram was sitting, there's a woman in a red dress and a white mask, who you've met before. Quite a thing, isn't it, dear?
Have I completely gone mad? Or is this one of your little games?
Well, you've probably done the most sane thing in this whole endeavour by running away. You've left your friends back there to deal with, well, my...
Shut up.
Other self.
Shut up.
No, I don't think so, dear. I'm
no,
here to
I'm
look
not,
after
I
you.
don't want to think about that right now.
That's okay, we can think about something else. You're both standing in a bar. All the people around you have no faces, but you can hear like the background mumble like you might hear on extras in a movie now. She clicks her fingers, 2 glasses are brought. Now, enjoy this one. Might be your last. And she
You know what?
Holds her glass out to cheers you.
You know what? You're not getting a cheers from me.
How disappointing.
How disappointing? You fucked with my brain, and then you killed the man
I didn't kill him. You made a deal, and that was the consequence.
You know exactly what I was saying. You know exactly what I meant.
Perhaps, but these things are so tricky, don't you think?
No, it was quite straightforward.
Well, what about that last, what do they call the movie that you were meant to be in? That contract there didn't work out to your advantage, did it? Was that quite straightforward? You signed your name to that.
But that was a different situation entirely to everything that was going on in that fucking house.
You made it out alive. You made it out sane.
The wrong person made it out alive.
Do you think he would agree with that?
That's why he was the wrong person to have died that day.
I see. Come on, drink up, dear.
You know, if this is one of your fucking hallucinogenic game things, I'm going to spend it having some fun over there with these faceless people. And I walk away.
And you're standing at the bar with her.
Oh, for
She has
fuck's
the glass
sake!
held out.
I drop my glass on the floor.
And your glass is back in the bar beside you.
Oh, for...
There's no need to be childish, dear.
I'm not the one who can't take no for an answer.
I'm helping you at the moment. You don't need to drink if you don't wish.
How are you
The glass
helping?
is gone.
I've just done the worst thing I think I will ever do.
This is how I'm helping, and you are on the rough stone-hewn floor of this cavern. You can smell blood and shit and death. Your knees are scraped, your arms falling. There's no light. From behind you, you hear screams of terror, screams of rage. And in front of you, you hear just the wind. And then more screams, and it sounds like something's coming after you, and then you're back in the bar. No drink in front of you now. But she's drinking hers.
There.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
I may have failed my friends once. I'm not failing them again.
You are not failing your friends by surviving. That is not how that works. If it was...
No, I'm just throwing them under the bus.
No, did you choose to leave them?
A quick aside. I didn't.
Yeah, Kathy didn't.
Kathy absolutely kind of did.
No, Kathy did not have control of her faculties.
Fair enough.
Did you choose to leave them?
That doesn't stop the fact that I did.
The world is a cruel, cruel place. What about those you saved before you went to my throne room? Did they not count? That was more than 100 people, including that young boy that helped you out.
How do you so many people? Like, I know that you're all like otherworldly and inhuman and all of that, but don't you see suffering and feel anything? Especially when it's at your...
Well, this part of me was not in charge of Muero. She was rather exuberant in her beliefs.
In other words, she was just mass murderer. She was just a mass murderer.
She was being faithful to her deity.
If a deity demands that you do that to people, then that deity is evil.
Oh, what deity hasn't?
I just realised, I just watched an episode of Game of Thrones where a character said something very similar. Either I stole that off him, or it was a coincidence. Anyway, fuck it, it was a good line, I'm keeping it. Look, I don't know what your deal is, except for you're clearly on the wrong side. If there is any sides to this.
I didn't want to see that child born. I tried to help you.
What did you do?
You don't remember? No wonder you're so ungrateful.
I mean, Mark, I was literally not here.
No, it's all right. No, it wasn't then. This talking about months ago.
Oh, right, okay.
The last time you spoke to her.
Well, why aren't you trying to... You actually have power. You actually have power and wisdom of millennia, probably, and you're leaving this up to us, fucking down-and-out actress, a secretary, a fucking academic, and a guy who seems to really love weapons but isn't very good at using them.
I think your friend wrote to you, many faces, many masks. All different, but all want the same. Well, he was partially right. There are many faces, many masks. But not all aspects of me want things to end in the same way, or at the same time, or much of anything. They have different names for me in different places.
What are some of those names?
Oh, you know the bloody tongue already. You know the Black Pharaoh. In fact, you stood before him and you very, very foolishly attempted to be brave.
Well, amazingly, it turns out I'm not very good at trying to save the world from god shit.
A god? What are gods, really?
Fucking petty, evil, and horrible by the looks of things.
Most of the ones I know do not care one little bit about you or this little world that you crawl about on.
I like them already.
You are beneath their notice. Me? I find humanity interesting, fascinating even.
Yeah, you've already sung this song about how you found it so fascinating and interesting that you keep fucking with us.
Oh.
I prefer your friends who don't give a shit.
Well, if you meet some of them, you very well might change your tune.
Well, the good thing about that is that people like me don't. Not normally. Nothing about this is normal.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Miss Bacon.
Well, you could tell me some stuff. You could tell me more, some stuff that could help. You could actually help.
I don't think so. And you fall into the dust. You're already down the mountain. Sam Mariga helps you to your feet. He starts pulling you away. Miss Bacon, where are the others? Did it work? Did you? And then you hear an explosion from above.
I don't know. I ran.
It's okay. We must run now. We must keep you safe. We will come back in the morning. We will see if they are okay. We will find them. Right now it's too dangerous. We have to get you back.
No. I'm not running again. If I die, I die. I'm going back.
And that's when you faint. Because you didn't go back, so I mean, it'd be kind of, fuck with the timeline if you
right.
did.
This is in the past, in the game terms.
Yes.
Okay.
And Sam heroically carries you back to the village where the rest find you.
Right, okay.
Now, it's been a couple of days. You've rested. August has a fever. He's not feeling well. Their doctor there, their chief, is giving him some medicine. He says that it doesn't seem... Sam translates, says that it doesn't seem like it'll be too bad. You get your way back to Nairobi. Takes you about a week. None of you talk much on the way back, I think. Everything is too much. And your sanity... Wait a minute. How high is your sanity? Your sanity can't be that high. Kathy.
I haven't played for a month. I have no idea.
No, because we said if you've got 16 max
san...
san... If you took 5 max san away...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 52 max san, and it became 47.
Why is your max san 52?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll need to look at that. But never mind, okay. You're all pretty much keeping to yourselves. Maybe you notice Bob mumbling much more often. The scars on his face, moving a lot at night. A little bit withdrawn from the rest of you. Back in Nairobi, Bandari's servant takes the news gratefully and promises to pass it on to him. Takes the news of that who helped you. And he smiles. And Sam brings you back to Johnston Kenyatta. No, was it? Yeah. In a hushed night, you're given a drink. And you discuss everything that happened. There's a lot of disbelief on his face. Sam does his best to back you up. It's not like he thinks you're lying, it's just it's difficult to take in. He tells you what happened to Tankar. They killed her when she was trying to escape. She killed 2 men that were guarding her. But she's done. Her shop has been cleared. He has men looking through the paperwork there, and if he finds anything interesting, he'll pass it along to you. You head back to your hotel. The rooms have been kept. There's a message waiting from what's her name? Natalie
Smythe something.
Natalie
Smythe Forbes.
Natalie Smythe Forbes. She's on her way to London to secure more funding, but she hopes she'll stay in touch. Is there anything you'd like to do in Nairobi before heading?
I would like to ask the members of the team So, did we save the world? Well, rather, did you save the world while I left you to your deaths?
We somehow stopped the birth. I don't know if we
But I
saved the
don't think
world.
saved.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you did the smart thing, Kathy. Don't feel too much about it.
I drink.
Somebody would at least have to tell the story. He attempts to offer a hug to her and give it if she accepts.
I mean, this conversation you would have had probably back in the village. So please feel free to roleplay it. I rushed you through it, so apologies.
And we should also figure out what we need to do with Henry. See if we can get her back to the States.
It might be the best thing.
I can take her back.
Well, maybe we should contact our company and see if they can arrange something.
You would
You're not
contact
going-
the lawyer, Jackson's lawyer, whose name I don't have at hand just now. He would take them back. He would arrange for her to be brought back.
I could fly with her back, and I can meet you.
You cannot fly. There are no planes.
There are planes.
Not passenger planes in 1924.
Yeah, but I'm Kathy Bacon.
Yeah, your star has somewhat fallen with you. And even then, if it was Pulp Cthulhu, I'd say
Yeah,
yes.
but I'm really good at sex.
Yeah, no, trotz them. Nevertheless, I'm speaking
I've
German.
not managed to have sex with anyone in this game yet, which is wrong. So on that note, Kathy takes another drink, and the drink is
Kathy
Kane.
doesn't
What? Kathy doesn't what?
take a drink. First of all, if you're talking in the village, there are no drinks.
Yeah, but she's still got drinks from before.
Well, if you still have a drink with you, you put it to your mouth and you vomit.
What the hell? I'm doing a thing. Why am I vomiting?
I have taken away your ability to drink alcohol.
Well, that's not going to stop me.
No, it will. This is you. This is what you get instead of going completely insane. Your crutch is gone. Even thinking about alcohol makes you feel sick.
Ooh, harder drugs now.
That's exactly what I was thinking, to be honest.
Careful, remember that poor chap we found in Cairo, up the stairs, over the shop?
Oh yeah, the very first guy.
Well, Kathy's not doing good.
Kathy, darling, I don't think any of us are doing good.
No, we will protect you.
You can't protect me. No one could protect any of us. We're in a game of gods and magic and fucking vampires that breathe fire and other vampires who drink fat and big gelatinous things in pyramids and tribes and people bringing back gods to end the world. It's hysterical that we're the people who are on this case to save the world. Us. I mean, look at us. We are good at so many things between us as a group, but we are not good at this because no human could be good at this.
Well, it's not us, then who else?
And how do you know there's not others?
Where are they?
Well,
It's the only us that seems to be living through this never-ending torrent of tragedy and despair and finding out who you really are.
well, the choice is bend over and accept it, or at least not go quietly and try to fight it. You want to give up, Kathy? I don't think you really do, but I hope you don't. You know, you've been so helpful. Sorry, Tim's got allergies.
It doesn't appear that I'm able to hold my drink this evening. I'm going to go out and find something better. Sure, the
He
people
puts his hand on her shoulder. I do have some alcohol if you would. A little bit left. And he holds out a flask.
I grab it. I try to take a drink. I fail miserably and say, I can't. There'll be some.
Bob is looking scared. Are you all right, Kathy? Here, sit. Kathy doesn't. Evelyn, we got a problem.
We've got so many problems,
It's fine.
Bob.
So what next?
How many fingers am I holding up? Are you okay? Did you hit your head?
I mean, yes, a lot, but I don't know. Just like, where are we going now?
Well, we should get some rest and then get out of. We need to get out of this country soon. There's too many people who.
It can't be that all the cultists died, so we're probably not safe now.
Okay.
We're very much
that lead in
now.
Shanghai, so how about we plan on going there to start with? I know we could also see Australia, but sounds like a plan.
There was a bar with matchbook, right? That's what we're chasing.
Yeah.
Jackson had it. He talked about that bar.
Yeah. Okay, let's go do another round of.
We'll say that this conversation is in a couple of parts, and right now you're in the hotel.
Makes sense.
Still at the.
Yeah, we would be attempting to get a flight out of here, preferably to Shanghai.
I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to
needs.
get to Mombasa and then do a boat.
Yes. This is all things you can arrange from here. Your journey will take you roughly a month to get to Shanghai.
Evelyn's going to be all over helping to organise this because she does not want to engage with thoughts about other stuff right now.
You're right now at the tail end of June. So I mean, the Shanghai is in the southern hemisphere, so it'll be spring when you're arriving, won't it? Because it will be going into autumn here. Well, it'll still be summer, but so it'll be end of winter. But anyway, yeah, you managed to book passage for all of you on the Empress of Africa. Who has the highest Dinks rating? Credit rating?
Right. Credit rating.
Yeah, probably you, Kathy.
I have a 55. I have a 55.
Then give me a roll, please.
Both of us.
You can both give it a roll if you're both wanting to.
I don't know about wanting anything. I'm not entirely sure what this is.
No, that's fine.
It's instead of money, it's just you have the credit and the connections to get.
So
I passed.
You get you manage to book on first class with the money, with Jackson's money for travel and adding a little bit of your own because the lawyer keeps an eye on the money. You manage to book first class on the Empress of Africa. Takes you a couple of days to get to Mombasa. You have then another couple of days where you can go about a little bit, but I think all of you are more tired. August is barely leaving the room. The fever's gone, but he's not feeling great.
Every place we stop, I try to find drugs.
Give me.
And I follow Cassie to make sure she doesn't get in too much trouble.
Give me a
with or
luck
without
roll,
her
Kathy.
knowledge.
I failed. I fumbled.
You search. Nothing. One night you almost get mugged, and had Bob not said he was looking after you, you would have been. He managed to scare them away. Maybe you're even having a withdrawal from the alcohol, because Kathy kept it going. Time comes for you to embark on the ship. The captain, an English guy, James Bensworth, welcomes you on. A couple of his officers standing to the side. There's enough on the There's enough. What you call it? Room on the ship for about 50 first class passengers and another 100 or so second class.
Just before we leave Mombasa, Evelyn's acquired a new notebook, one of the fancy new spiral-bound ones, and she's going to start writing in that rather than the book she had been using, which she had partially set fire to on the way back from the mountain.
Yeah.
My luck's just gone. My sanity's just gone down a lot.
I don't know why. You should have got 16 sanity back.
Now I'm down to 33.
Yeah. When did you put your sanity up?
Like 5 seconds.
Oh, you did a roll, and it must have taken something.
No, it shouldn't. I'll check after.
Just give yourself 100 and call it good.
Well, no, like it should be around this number because my Cabby should be quite nuts at this point. So this is the number it should have been. It was 47 about 20 minutes ago. I don't know. What
maybe it didn't.
Oh, welcome down here.
You didn't. I think maybe it didn't save.
Oh well, then everything's as it should be. Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
As you were.
So.
I'm not far from my max, but that isn't very high anymore. So.
You all board the ship. It's a long, fairly modern ship. Operates out of Mombasa. There's quite a few children on board. People dressed in fairly fine gear. Some of them here have been travelling the world. Some are going to Hong Kong for business. Some talk about going to Shanghai. Lots of English people, a couple of Americans. There are no black people that you see on the ship at all. Several Asian people. Most of them, though, are in the second class. You're each taken to your rooms, and the ship sets off. Evelyn, you're sleeping, or you fall asleep. When you wake up, you're in a corridor. You hear voices. A little girl and a little boy.
Oh no.
Doorway right in front of you. You can hear they're through there.
I'm going to open the door and see where they are.
You open the door. It's a little room. You see little feet go through the door on the opposite wall. It's a little bit smaller than the door you just came through. The door slams shut. You hear them giggling.
Are you two stuck in there? And she'll move into the room after where the sound's coming from.
Again, door slams shut on the opposite side. It's just a
Damn
tiny
it.
bit smaller than this one.
I can't keep going on like this because I'm...
Then you hear a scream.
Okay, she's rushing to the door at that point.
Make it through. It's a little bit tighter. You see a drop of blood. You hear Susan scream for William.
Oh no,
The
I
next
recognise
door is
this.
slightly askew and smaller yet again.
Okay, we should try the next door. It's getting tighter and smaller. It's not
And
a
again.
fun time, but...
And again, and again, and again, and again. Until your face barely sees through the door and you see the two children. Both of them, no eyes, laughing at you. And you struggle to move, and the doorway starts to shrink, and the children are just laughing and laughing, and you wake up covered in sweat.
And that's so stupid because I know they're both grown up. Like, they're not children anymore. Oh, God. Okay. This is how things are now. I'm going to write that one down.
Bob, you're in your bed. It's been a long... This is probably the most comfortable bed you've had in a while. It's even more comfortable than the hotel. You didn't draw me enough, Robert. I would have sang for you if you had done.
I tried getting closer.
There are so many opportunities. You could have used me when you saved that actress. She was She's pathetic. If she wants the rush that she used to get from alcohol, she should try a blade. Perhaps you could lend me to her.
I don't think I want to let you go.
I like the sound of that. On this ship, perhaps we can find something to do. A little practice. Maybe they have steerage
Well,
here.
there's practice, and I suspect that there might even be some cultists among our other guests on the ship.
Well, if you find them, perhaps I could...
Be of use. I agree.
I would have said have fun, but... Your hand, you get a small nick on your thumb as you drift into sleep. Kathy...
Cuddling my sword.
Cuddling your sword. Oh, Kathy...
Your sword is not cool, man. Your sword sucks.
You are sitting on the edge of your bed. There's a glass of whiskey to the side. Every time you look at it, you start to bulk.
I throw it in the wall and I yell out, "Is this you? Is your idea of a joke?"
Someone chaps on the door. But you okay, Miss Bacon?
I'm fine. I'm just running lines.
If you need anything, please just call for us.
I open the door. I say, "And who's there?"
It's a tall, fairly young man. He's one of the officers. It's called Ewan Roberts. He'd introduced himself.
When you say officer, are we talking military or are we talking officer like on a boat?
Of the ship.
Right. I say to him, "Yeah, what do you guys do for fun when you're off duty?
Ma'am.
What do you do when you're off duty?"
Kind of, his eyes go side to side. Well, sometimes we'll go drinking, ma'am.
Huh. You married?
No, ma'am.
One night, me and you, right now. Let's go.
Ma'am, give me a charm roll.
I'm good at this. I'm going to have sex with someone in this game, goddammit. Success!
70 under 74. He smiles kind of hurriedly. I finish my shift in an hour. I shouldn't do this. He looks around. Are you sure, ma'am?
If anyone gives you any trouble, I'll just tell them that you came to my rescue.
He smiles, heads off. In 1 hour, he comes back.
I'm not going to go into detail on the things that Kathy does because I don't really feel like I as much as I've been trying to push for this entire game, I myself am not really that into describing or thinking about sex things as a person that much. But I will say whatever happens in there is bloody disgusting. It's the kind of sexual acts that only someone who has nearly died at the hands of gods many times can have.
You can take back 1d4 sanity for this little adventure.
Ha ha! Yes! Sex is good for mental health.
This is true.
1d4.
There you go.
Whoa! Yeah, that's how good I am.
So you're traveling to China. Chinese is a difficult language to learn. On the first night, when you're all invited to sit at the captain's table, it's like a round thing. Not everyone will sit there, but it goes in rounds. You meet a man named Ma Weidong, who is a tutor, just coming back from London, actually, heading back to Shanghai. As you get talking to him, he offers to help you a little bit with learning Mandarin, if you'd wish.
At least if you could teach us some simple phrases so we can at least...
So what we say is, if you all roll, so for each week, you can all roll either intelligence or education, whichever one's better for you. And then depending how much you depending how well you succeed, will tell you how much you learn in that week.
Okay. Wait. Oh, hang on. Intelligence or what? Sorry.
Education, whatever's better. Bob, for the first week, you can get 1d6 Mandarin.
Success.
Kathy, 1d4 for that first week. Evelyn, you don't cons unless you want to spend a reroll on it.
No, not on this. I hope maybe next week it'll catch on for her.
Okay, well, you can make all 4 rolls. That's fine because we're not going to role play this out over the 4 weeks. But you will get taught. So the first time you learn things like shishi, ni hao, so hello, shishi, yes or thank you. I can't remember.
Shoot. Where is it? Where's languages in this thing?
We can do it after. You can just note down the number that you get. So you can all do it 3 more times to see how well you do. It can't go above 20. Yeah, say that. Although, yeah. So depending on how well you succeed. So a hard success will give you 1d6, a normal success will give you 1d4. Sorry, we're just doing some rolls here, people, so that they can.
I got a 3 and a 7 after that initial bad start.
Oh, very nice. Extreme success is 1d8.
You want me to roll 3 more times?
Yes, please.
Okay, hang on. Let me find where the languages are first.
No, just write it down just now and we'll sort it out.
I'll lose track, man. I'll lose track. I got to do this way, otherwise I will completely forget and I won't know what's going on. Where is the languages on this damn thing?
Okay, you have to go to your character sheet, hit the edit button, scroll down to the bottom of your list. It says add skills, type in language Mandarin, type in the numbers.
There we go.
Oh, God.
Did you catch that?
That's it, isn't it? Alright. Sorry.
Is that right?
For some reason I believed there was going to be a Mandarin skill already there.
No.
Evelyn's already doing better in Mandarin than she ever did in Swahili. She must be really taking to it.
Aye.
Right,
It's
so I
not
got
bad.
2.
Bob hit 11 in it, so
That's not
he's
bad
better
at all.
than the Arabic.
So I get to roll each education 3 more times, right?
Yes. So 2
Failure,
failures, 1
failure,
success,
success.
so 1d4.
It's a bloody hard language.
That is, yes.
I've got 6 out of 100.
And that's only because you're doing it for the full month. You've got some time. So now you're all on this ship. What is it you want to do? With this downtime, you can find some way to get some sanity back. I'm
going to roleplay this and make a terrible decision. I'm going to try and basically fuck every single man on the crew. That's the task I've set myself. It's just going to be a month of.
I don't think that is great for your mental health, so we'll come back to that in a second. You can definitely try that. But
I'm not trying it with mental health. I'm trying it because, like, she can't drink anymore, and she's on a ship full of sailors. Like, come on.
Well, she will be very successful. She might even find a fan or 2 in there. But you've all got a month to travel, so tell me what you want to do with your downtime. What is there some way you want to try and... Do you want to try and learn a new skill or improve a skill, or what do you want to do? Do you want to talk to each other about clues as well?
I want all of the above, but in my case, particularly working on getting up my brawl skills with the sword, since that's what it uses. And also a little more foreknowledge of what we might be facing in Shanghai, going over some of the books and other things and clues.
Well, we suggest you talk about the clues a little bit. For the improving with the sword, how do you want to go about that? Are you just going out on the deck during the day and practicing, or
that would be one opportunity. He was going to see if there was any like fencing instructors, etc. here, since it's a high class type thing, or if he sees other.
Well, the officers carry swords when they're wearing their dress armor.
Yep, and see if maybe there's other people
uniform,
there.
Sorry.
Yep.
So you'd definitely be able to. Well, roll luck, and we'll see if you find someone.
I used to have good luck, then you took it away from me.
I didn't take it, you used it.
Details.
There is one of the pilots that you meet. He was at the table with you in the first night. William Marshall. He's an avid swordsman, and you get talking to him. Well, we can practice it. I have time on Saturdays. I should be free, and maybe we can work out some other time. How does that sound?
Yep, that works out good. So that would be his trying to get his sword skill up to match what it keeps telling him he can do.
Then I want two things from you. I want you to pass a sword check and then fail a sword check in order to get it.
Pass a sword check? Okay.
Pass one, then fail one. And you will also get 4 attempts at this over the...
As in, use the sword?
Yep, so that passes. Now you want to roll again. And you want to fail. There you go. You can add 1d4 to your skill.
Ooh.
Right. You do this practicing with him. You take an hour on the Saturday in the morning when he is free. Weather's fairly good at the moment. Off to the side, you see dolphins, maybe whales even. They're swimming alongside. Kathy, you can roll charm for me.
Happy to.
And if you fail, you can improve it.
Bloody fucking alchemy, right?
You don't, in the first week, you don't get to improve it, but your sex life is wonderful.
Sex. I was also thinking that Kathy has probably taken some great interest in the subject of human psychology, because her running away has shattered almost everything she thought of herself. She's the kind of person who never really backed down from a fight, to her detriment many times during this game. So yeah, she's searching, but she's not searching for things about gods because she's had enough of them.
There's a library on the ship that is fairly well kept.
In that case, I'll be reading whoever is writing things about psychology at that time.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably not the best thing to do back then. You
No,
it's about cocaine as well.
I'm playing the character.
Oh no, I know. I was thinking to myself because it's the only one I can think of is like Freud and maybe Jung.
All right.
So I mean,
Like, I don't know how helpful it's going to be, but I'm thinking. I've been playing Kathy as a character of what would she do, and sometimes it would be stuff that is not obviously helpful.
Well, no, obviously no, but I get that. But right now, with I mean, that's absolutely fine for you to do that. We'll see if we can find a way to help you improve it. Evelyn, what are you doing? So in this first week,
accidentally pressing the wrong keys in the wrong places to start with.
Nice.
I think she'd have at some point going to try and talk to August, but he's not up for chatting right now.
No, we can always do.
We can retcon that possibly later. Gone looking for Kathy, but she seems to be either busy or has the Do Not Disturb sign up on the door.
That's entirely true.
So she's taken to sort of intensely journaling, I think, at the moment. And about skills she'd like to improve, I'm not sure she's in a state to work on that. I think she wants to, like, try and get herself together better. And rather than like a learning to fight, learning to shoot a gun, I think it's going to be like some kind of self-care.
Okay. So I have forgotten the rules for self-care. So I know as well you wanted to talk to Kathy because Kathy has the psychotherapy or psychology skill.
Yeah, but she's also fucking a lot of sailors and reading books about psychology.
She can't fuck 24 hours a day. That's.
Are you sure though?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a woman that ended up in hospital for
I would
doing
have you know
recently.
that I have been very successful at fucking for 20, well, just 20 hours a day, with lots of going to the library.
Lots of sleeping in between,
You're
but
gonna have
okay,
to
we got
hydrate
this.
after all that.
I'm trying to find a way for you all to roleplay here, so I'm not just talking.
I get it. No.
Help me out here, people. I can't
I'm
be a
really
sword all the time.
I can arrange to talk with Kathy at some point when she's not either studying psychology or being studied by someone else.
Well, I'm very happy to help. I hope. Well, how can I help you?
That stuff back in Kenya was pretty rough, and I don't know who I can talk to about it. I don't even know if I should talk to someone about it.
Well, there are people that get paid a lot of money to listen to people talk about their problems. And I can't imagine it is entirely a racket. There must be some good that can come of it. So if there's a way that I can help you, my dear, I will.
What did you feel when you ran?
It was like I wasn't there, and somebody else had taken over.
I had a moment like that too. It was like, if you're like on a long train journey or something, and or maybe on a plane. I don't know. You travel more than I do, and you sort of drift off to sleep a little bit, but it's only been a moment. But you can feel yourself like leaving temporarily, like just a tiny little demi snooze almost.
What did you lose consciousness?
No, I had like a vision and a sort of conversation, and then no time had passed.
I also had a conversation. I
Oh,
figured I just may have lost my mind a bit, but
I mean, it could have been that would
wouldn't happen
track.
to be a woman with a certain woman with a mask, would it?
No,
Oh, I guess she was just for me. Who did you see?
I think I'm just double checking something. Sorry. When I first came to New York, I was looking after some kids, and I think it might have been the doll of one of the kids who had a full conversation with me, obviously.
Right.
And she told me she could help if I was willing to owe her a favor.
This doesn't sound like a particularly great person to owe anything to.
Yeah, but
favor.
It was a very difficult time, and we were probably going to die.
Yeah, that was not. I did not mean to sound judgmental. I just.
No, I understand. It was a terrible decision, but it was the best I could do at the time.
Evelyn, there's a good chance that what you did saved the world.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, you did stop something very, very bad from happening, involving a horrible fucking god coming back and killing everyone.
Yeah, but the other two might have been able to do that by themselves. I could have just got out the way, like that sensible thing to do.
You did the thing that I could not. You stepped forward and you did what you could. No one can ever fault you for that, August. No, you're not August today. No one can ever fault you for that, Evelyn. And if anything, I think you should be proud. At least as long as you are able to, because I imagine this is going to incur a cost.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to say. If at some point I start doing something really out of character, that's probably what's happening, and I'll leave that up to you and the others whether you stop me or not.
What do you think? Do you have any idea on what?
It could literally be anything. It's been scaring the crap out of me for the last few days.
These are the kind of beings you don't say no to. Because they just turn you around and take your drink out of your hand and stop you from being able to drink forever.
Is that what happened? Oh my god, is that why you've not been able to have anything to drink?
Well, I thought the heat was unwell, but
It's persisted.
I haven't been able to have a drop since we left.
You are still drinking like water and stuff, right? Fruit juice?
Yes, Mother. I'm drinking water and fruit juice.
I'm not trying to.
It's really weird to drink orange juice without anything else in it, but I'm drinking it.
Well, maybe it wasn't the same for you under Prohibition as it was for the rest of us.
Well, honestly, I didn't notice Prohibition was a thing until about 2 years in.
Fair, I expect. I would love to hear about your life sometime.
Hollywood will do whatever they want. The laws are different for Hollywood people.
Yeah, so I've heard. You seem to know about something about psychology and all that sort of thing.
Well, I did some readings to improve with my acting. I wanted to really understand the motivations of people and how the mind works, and I never really stopped. You learn a lot about people when you're acting because you have to put yourself into the heads, into the shoes of lots of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand the motivations of the actors you're acting with.
I only ever understood the motivations of people from the point of view of persuading them to do the thing that my boss needed them to do. So I see how it works, but I can't fix myself.
Well, no, because you're trying to fix yourself with the tool that is damaged. Your brain is where your brain is scarred. After World War One, all the boys came back. Nobody imagined that the bullet wounds weren't the only wounds. There was a lot of wounds that people couldn't see. I was close to one such man for a time. And the problem is, a person can stitch up a leg. If they're really in trouble, they could probably figure something out and stitch their leg up. I mean, unless they've been shot in the head or something. But with a wound, a psychological wound, that is something that is very hard to deal with on your own.
Yes, lovely. Bob tried to put a poultice on me when we got back from the mountain, but he couldn't find any wounds to treat.
Because he couldn't see them.
But Kathy, I'd been bleeding from, my eyes.
What?
Yeah, it got a bit gory there.
Well, that sounds like a physical medical condition, to be honest with you. That's something you should maybe talk to a doctor about. We should probably go and see the doctor on the boat.
Okay.
Does this boat have a doctor? I don't think I've ever been on a boat that doesn't have a doctor.
Yes, it definitely has a doctor.
I think if we're on for a month, we've probably got a doctor. Especially with the first class people, they are always having the vapors and such.
Have you bled from the eyes or any other orifices lately?
No, well, not. Let's park that. Yeah, none of the unusual ones.
All right. Let me go. I'll go ask some of my new friends and among the crew.
So many new friends.
Well, like I said,
I guess that you need an outlet. It completely makes sense to me. I don't necessarily support it completely, but
anyway, away.
Thank you, Kathy.
Find you a doctor right now, a physical doctor, someone.
No. It's been weeks. It'll be.
Evelyn,
the better thing you checked out is probably some magic god Nyarlathotep bullshit, but it could also be a fucking brain tumor. Let's get you sorted out.
Evelyn, roll D100, please. You can take 1d4 points of sandbag.
You know what? Maybe Kathy, if she survives this, should go into go and become a psychologist or something.
Maybe he's not. But you didn't have to roll for that, so I mean, you never know.
Thank you.
I'm that good at psychology now.
So the first week passes. You in the mornings. You usually get the same table, and you share the table with Mabi Dong, a woman called Elizabeth Hyde, and her children, who seem to be between 8 and 12. Two little girls, Ellie and Jane, and a boy called Sam. And an older man and his daughter. The daughter's fairly quiet and meek. Her name's Teresa. Man's name's Albert. He's quite gruff when he speaks over his daughter quite a lot. Tries it with Kathy once or twice and doesn't get very far. After the first couple of days, he's a bit more reserved. You see a couple of smiles coming from Teresa.
It depends. How attractive is he?
He's old and very rude. Probably a handsome man, but an arsehole.
Oh, in that case, definitely not.
So, what do you talk about at the table in the morning then?
Well, where should we end up going to when we get to Shanghai? We got the bar, the tiger, whatever it was.
Do we know what we're chasing?
Well, now we know some people survived the expedition. They have to be somewhere. No one just vanishes, and it's possible that we got word that one of them might be in Shanghai, Hong Kong.
Do you remember Jackson's notes? Right. So
He went there in
Jackson's
1924, which was just last year.
And he said he talked with Jack Brady.
Jack Brady.
Who was the bodyguard of Carlisle.
See, I had the Stumbling Tiger bar, but I'm not sure if Evelyn would have known that. I think the others might have done.
Well, I mean, we're looking at like 8 months ago this stuff went down. I haven't thought about Shanghai in, literally the best part of a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like coming at this fresh, but I vaguely remember the matchbook and the restaurant and Elias some stuff, but that will be a good time to look through my notes I actually have.
And Old Pandari said that someone in the east knows the eye of light and darkness.
That's the thing that you're wanting to recreate. You know as well that what's his name? Oh my god, I forget all the names. There's someone waiting on you there from Egypt. Fuck. I'll come back to you in a second.
The only other name down here is Sir Orby.
Dr. Kafur. Sorry, Ali Kafur's waiting on you.
He went ahead, yes.
Yep.
You've been talking with August.
Yeah. I guess what I'm asking people is there something horrible we need to stop? Is there a reason we need to find these people? It kind of feels like maybe a big part of the danger may have passed.
Well, the cult isn't done, and the people who were on that expedition are still around somewhere.
Yeah, all of whom we have to presume have been mind wiped.
Maybe.
It's a hard to pronounce prick.
If they are still around, then they're probably not any better off sanity-wise than we are. They're probably having the dreams, visions, and whatever else.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how to help ourselves. How the fuck are we going to help them?
Okay, what's that noise?
It's not me, I keep
It's
muting.
Tim. Can you mute a second, please, mate?
I thought I was. I apologize.
No,
Where are you?
No, it's a strange noise. I've not heard it before.
I think it's a dishwasher through a noise reduction system.
Ah, maybe. Could it be that, Tim?
That's a life of working in the music industry right there.
I don't think there's a dishwasher running anymore.
It's
No.
something kind
So-
of
Something machiney.
Yeah. But anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, because I'm looking through what clues could have brought you here. So you've got the stuff from the Carlisle papers, you've got the matchbook, like you said. There was also a picture in there. I don't know if you've got the picture. You didn't read that Elias talked to Brady, but Elias talked to someone who talked to Brady. So you don't know if Elias did himself. You didn't go to England, so you didn't get any of the England clues.
When was going to England an option?
Immediately. That's where most people go after New York.
No, I remember.
Oh.
You said that we should skip that and go straight to...
No. I said after you'd skipped it, I said, yeah, there's no point in going there now.
All right. I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Well, there's Ma. We seem to be doing all right.
This is all right.
I mean, for a game of Call of Cthulhu, but from what I've heard, yeah, we're doing fine.
True.
I mean, yeah. You were right about Obendari saying about the Eye of Light and Darkness, that there is a mystic and scribe in the Far East that knows the secret.
I wrote some stuff down.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So.
I think the first thing to do would be to find this stumbling tiger bar. Well, actually, no. The first thing to do would be to find somewhere safe to lay our heads of an evening, and then find the stumbling tiger bar.
And Jackson had some notes on where he had visited a few people, so we should definitely look into that.
I don't think I'd have seen those notes until he was ready to form a book with them. So, do you have them?
Well,
Maybe August has them.
Yeah, you weren't part of the group when they were found. They're definitely there. They would have shared them with you as well.
I'm just not sure where they physically was something. So.
In fact, give me a wee second and I will give you the Nairobi notes in the...
Would it be sensible to assume that I'm probably carrying most of the notes in my secretarial role? I'm not saying I've read them all and I know them all off by heart, but if you're wondering who physically has them, it's probably me.
Give me a minute. Ba-dum-bum. So, what else? You're all just sitting quietly. You can talk about things. Thank you very much, Jeff. Gifting subs. You're some man. I very much appreciate it.
Well, I would like to go over some stuff with August and see what he might have thoughts of. So he would be, or if he could recommend some reading amongst some of the literature that he has. I would like to maybe get a little clues of what's coming up ahead this time.
Give me a second, 'cause I'm trying
I just don't have. Yep, I just don't happen to know what books he currently has.
I don't think he has anything you've not looked at yourself. Ba-dum-bum. Give me a second.
I now have a better mythos score than 0, so.
This is true. Ba-dum-bum. Where are we?
Yeah, I'm a bit disturbed at how high my mythos is now.
I can imagine. Where are the fucking... there we go, Nairobi notes. I will put them in links. Right. So this goes on, you talk about this, you each have your things you're trying to do, so learning, improving your sword skills, getting, I was going to say getting your rocks up, but getting yourself a bit wet, and improving yourself. Like so, for each week, Evelyn, with your journaling and things like that, you can roll D100. If you get less than so between 1 and 95, you can get a 1D4 back sanity. First week in the ship passes fairly uneventfully. There are games held up on the deck. The weather's nice. There are dances held. There's musicians on the ship.
I fucked 3 of them.
There's a bassist. You just leave him there. Per bassist.
Only because I wasn't time. I had to move on to the rest of the crew.
Wait,
I also want to be... During the whole 4 weeks we're here, I want to be looking to see if we recognize or can identify any of the cultists. I don't know if there would be any clear way, but we know there's some tattoos on a few, if they're watching us, etc. That sort of thing. I don't know if there are any, but I'm assuming, and that Bob would be assuming there is, since
Bob, give me a spot
one of the two
hidden,
ships.
please. Let's see. We'll just stay silent on that.
Sorry, I was remembering to take all the little dots off my sheet, so that in case you have us roll random stuff that we're not.
Oh, am I unmuting the wrong spot? That would be not.
You've got your eyes open. You are hoping to see something, but you never do. You're especially, when you're out at dinner at night, you maybe even sneak into the steerage, into the second class part, and have a look around there. You don't see anything. But some nights when you're heading back to your room, you hear mumbles, you hear footsteps. You're pretty sure you hear your name called. I want you to give me a sanity roll, please.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Can we say no?
No.
Success. Just a plain success, though.
You shake your head the first night, or the first time this happens. There's no one. You look back, you see there's no one there. This is in your head.
I asked the sword, have you heard anything? Did you hear that?
I heard nothing. However, don't let me out of your sight.
Grips it tighter.
We haven't heard Bob talk to his sword yet, have we?
You've seen him mumble to it. You've not seen him explicitly talk to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been talking to it
psychological genius. Can I do a psychology roll to see if he's going mad?
Yeah, you can. To see if you spot anything irregular with him, yes.
I don't know why my psychology is so high, but I'm going for it.
That's a no.
Not that good. I need to redo some more book learning.
Yes, you keep an eye on all of your friends. What you do notice is Evelyn seems to be more uptight now when you're in corridors together, when it's a little bit closer. With Bob, he's doing the whole manly things. You think maybe he's keeping a brave face on it, but he's doing it for all of you. You see him disappear on the Saturday mornings, coming back all sweaty. But yeah, you think he's keeping it together.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go to Evelyn and say, hey, do you like men or women or both?
Yes.
Good. I've met some lovely boys and girls down below deck. There's plenty of water. There's more than enough room for us both to swim. Separately, I might add. I go one way, but I could definitely introduce you to some nicer ladies and gentlemen.
I thank you for suggesting that, but I don't think this is the best time. I'm not presenting my best version of myself right now.
Well, it's not the point to present your best version of yourself. The point is to present a mysterious, sullen, and damaged sense of self that makes them think, maybe I can help her. And then you go to town on each other for hours.
You really make it sound terribly romantic, Kathy.
You'll notice that Kathy tends to get the better cuts of meat when she's eating and things like that. Her wine glass is a little
Is that what we
bit
call
more-
it now?
Well, that as well. The desserts are slightly bigger. They're more artfully done. Things like that. Her room is always cleaned first. There's always fresh towels, always fresh everything for her. Sometimes the rest of you need to wait a little bit longer.
There are some upsides to avoiding trauma.
I'm not sure if this is avoiding trauma or pushing it away for a time.
Yeah,
That's what they call it.
I think it's probably both.
It might catch up with you.
I would hope so.
Before the next week starts, you're all sitting breakfast. August's again staying in his room. The older woman says,
Occasionally checking in on Augusta just to make sure he hasn't
Augusta?
died in his room.
Augusta's in a different.
Yeah, August.
You see August. You see August on occasion. So don't worry about that. It's not that he's hiding in there dead. Just since Ian's not here, we're not seeing what he's up to as much. Conversation as you all get to know each other. One morning, breakfast. Kathy has an extra 8 rashers of bacon.
Charles, you are so witty. You understand that my last name is Bacon, and you gave me too much bacon. Would anyone like some
One
bacon?
can never have too much bacon, Miss Bacon.
Oh, you and your fucking wit.
Language. You'd see the little girls getting their ears covered.
I think Evelyn might be trying to talk to Teresa and bring her out of herself a little bit more and just get a sense of what she's like, because she remembers being a bit like that when she first came to New York.
She's quite quiet and she responds, but always very kind of meekly. I'm travelling with Father. He needs some help in Shanghai. He has some business to deal with. But he's quite a important man, my father. It's an honour to help him.
What business is he in, if you don't mind me asking?
She looks at her dad. Trade. He's in trade.
What's he trade?
She looks over you and casts her eyes down. And Father's talking to someone at the next table. Mavi Dong says, I think her father trades in... He looks at the girl and winks. Many things. Probably best not to talk about them at the breakfast table, dear.
I think I might know what you're talking about.
Oh, so it's either going to be people or drugs.
Kathy, you're going to get kicked out of here.
Kathy, discretion, please. We don't want her hurt.
I kid, of course. I joke. I jest. I understand. I've met many people in high society in New York who are in similar trades.
This is Kathy sober, Teresa.
She
Kathy
kind of giggles and puts her
right.
fingers over her mouth.
This
And
is Kathy when she doesn't drink.
what's alcohol like? I've never had alcohol. Her dad's going back to her, chatting away. I've never had alcohol. Is it good?
It relaxes you, but it also makes you less careful. That can be a bad thing or a good thing. But to see Kathy in full flight is to see Shakespeare the way it was meant to be performed.
I don't like when Father drinks. He can be quite mean. I mean,
That
this
happens
woman's in her
with
early
some.
20s. She's not a child.
Well, let me give you some advice, kid. Men, when they drink, are beasts most of the time. But there's one weakness they have. I lean forward. Us. Whether we're related to them, we can drive them insane. Or whether we're not related to them, we can drive them insane in other ways. You understand?
You can see by the look in her face that she doesn't.
Well,
Bob's just sighing.
talk to me later on, and I'll let you in on the truth of some things. Woman to woman.
Smiles. If I can get time away from father. No, girl, you will not get time away. Come, we have business to attend to. And he gets up. Ladies, sir. And he pushes away.
Sir.
Or gentlemen, he would say, because it's not just it's both of you. Although he gives Mr. Ma a bit of a side eye. Not quite sure why there's a Chinese gentleman in first class.
I forgot Bob's pretty scarred up. I have to think about that. So.
Well, that guy's a horrible person. He's clearly beating his daughter.
Oh, maybe not beating, but a lot of those kinds of people can be very. They can like roll over you and make you feel small. They keep you feeling small.
Family is sometimes forceful and makes you want to do things.
Weidong stands up.
Father was the same way.
I will see you all at 12 for your lesson.
Thank you.
Yes.
We really appreciate those lessons. It's a huge help.
I very much appreciate having the chance to keep up my skills.
I try to say, is this Mandarin?
Yeah.
Mandarin, yeah.
I try to say thank you in Mandarin.
What's thank you? I can't remember.
I don't have no idea. I'm not.
No, I know a couple of words, but just words. And I can't remember what thank you is, although I should do. Because a friend called Weidong at the airport when I worked there, and he taught me like a couple of words, a couple of phrases. And now
Wait, you worked at the airport?
I used to work for Austrian Airlines.
Wow.
Well, before I taught myself to program.
Later on, we're going to have some stories because airport people, airline people, they always have some good fucking stories.
It was in my wild days.
Even better. Shishi.
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 I was about 70% right.
Yeah. He smiles, bows towards you. The kids are making a noise. The mum's kind of they're looking elsewhere and not wanting to deal with it. The tables all kind of clear out. You three are the last there. Small girl enters, about 8, 9. She looks at you all and blows a raspberry and leaves. It's curly hair. You've not seen her eat there before.
At times like this, I'm very glad the children are not my responsibility anymore.
I like that kid. She's got moxie. I think I did her dad. Oh, you didn't.
Why did she get me as Bob's wiping his arm?
It's funnier for you. It's funnier if it hits you.
I would never say this, I thought, but you do need a drink, Kathy. I'm not used to this.
It's a bad thing. Just quite funny, Bob. Seriously, if you were around 20 years ago in Hollywood, you would have made a good living.
I haven't been making much money lately because we've been traveling everywhere and not really finding much.
Yeah, there's not really much money in chasing down cults and facing off against gods, is there?
No, but I've been thinking that, our original idea of you investigating to make a movie might not be that bad. Make some money at this.
There could certainly be a movie in this.
I don't think I want to go back to that. I'm not the same person I was when I left.
Maybe a feature for the radio then. I keep promising them in my letters back to the station.
That'd definitely be something. They used to say I'd never make it out of the silent era. I'd never make it in talkies. That would make them all fucking gag to hear me embrace a medium that is entirely talking.
Ah, well, I think you talk rather well. Look at how charming you are to so many people, he says sarcastically.
Well, most of these people haven't been home in months. They're on the other end of the world. I need them. They need me. It's mutual. All these people on this ship, they don't spend enough time at home. That's one thing I've definitely learned.
Well,
Life of the
remember
sailor
your
is
own
hard.
reputation. They will tear you apart in Hollywood if they catch on too much.
All that stuff, all that Hollywood stuff seems so pointless now. That's another thing. So,
A lot of what we faced makes some of the little things pointless, but those little things are what are meaningful in life, Kathy. You can't forget them.
fair enough.
God, I sound like I need a drink too. So,
Do it away from me, please. Please.
are you having? What's
Kathy, have you tried
caused
the
this
pineapple juice?
turnabout?
It's very good.
Yeah, vitamins, health. So where are we off to first? We get off this fucking boat.
Couple more weeks and we'll be done.
Well, when she gets up.
Instead of entertaining all the gentlemen and ladies on the ship, have you maybe thought of what we can be doing when we got there? Or maybe even if you can find some information out from your friends about what we can see or maybe meet there.
Well, they do this route a lot. I could probably learn a lot and be actually, useful for once. Fair enough. I'll talk to them tonight.
You've always been useful, Kathy.
Not when it mattered.
Without you, we wouldn't have gotten this far. Don't think your contributions are so little.
I give a half a smile. I walk off. I go over to the bar, not to drink, but to talk to the barman that I had a very nice night with, and try to converse with him about Shanghai.
As you look at the barman, you see the tongue start to pull itself out of his mouth. Starts to move, swelling, growing, pushing its way up, taking over its whole face.
I stand back and yell at them, guys, we've got some bullshit happening. There's some bullshit happening to this man.
And as you say that, please roll sanity for a reality check, please.
For
Do
reality.
we see it, though?
What am I saying? Let's see what the lady rolls.
It's not looking good. Fail.
Lose 1 point of sanity, please. You look over to where she's standing and she's shrieking, pointing at this guy. There's something going on here, something.
There's some bullshit occurring.
Yeah, this giant tongue kind of flicks and cocks towards you. You see the hands are wiping a glass and they put it down and you hear an awful roar. Both of you see Kathy. Well, Kathy, what does it look like as you stand there? You start to move back or...
Yeah, I'll be moving back and I'm just basically pointing and yelling at Bob and Evelyn, just saying, there's some bullshit of a particular genre happening over here that we're very familiar with.
Evelyn gets to her feet and goes over to see what's going on. Try and comfort Kathy a little because she can't see anything obvious.
Kathy, you hear a roar, so something that sounds wet and violent. Evelyn, you hear, is she okay, ma'am?
She'll be fine. She's been through some stuff.
Yeah, Bob will come up and... Come on, Kathy, let's go. And he will pick her up, trying to do princess style.
The beast!
I see nothing, Kathy, right now. Nobody does but you. And tries to carry her back to her room.
And as he says that,
God.
Kathy, everything kind of comes to normal when you see, and the guy's looking at you agape.
I'll make my apologies as Bob carries Kathy away.
Oh, God, I've just been reading about this. Either I've got something called schizophrenia, or they're fucking with me. She's fucking with me.
I hold Kathy a little tighter. We'll just get you to your room, Kathy. You just need some sleep. Actual sleep.
You get Kathy back to the room.
Alone.
Evelyn, you apologise to the guy. I'm just so sorry. I was with her last night. I hope I didn't do anything to hurt her. Or please,
She's
please
going
give her
through
my
some
apologies.
stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll pass it on. But sorry for her outburst. It's not entirely. We've all been through a lot lately.
He apologises again, gets back to his work. You turn around, the little girl with the curly hair's there. What's wrong with your friend?
Oh, she's not feeling very good. Have you lost your parents? Can I help you find them?
No. What are you doing?
Well, we're like everyone else on this ship. We're travelling to China.
Why?
Just for fun. Why are you travelling?
I'm bored. Do you want to play a game?
I'm not sure I have time, but I'll do my best.
What do you do all day? She crosses her arms. What do you do all day? You don't work here.
I read, I write. My job is writing.
Your job is writing. That sounds like a good job. She grabs hold of your hand. What do you write? Do you write stories? Do you write about killers or monsters or lovey-dovey kissy stuff?
I write about real things for other people. I write letters and I write Miranda and I write...
Who's Miranda? I have an auntie called Miranda. She's not very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll get to like her better when you're older.
Yeah, doubt it. So would you write about me?
Would I write about you? Yeah, I could write about you.
She picks her hand out. My name's Millie.
Millie. I will write that I met Millie on the ship today.
I will write that too. Well, not that I met Millie, but that I met... What's your
Evelyn.
name? That's a lovely name. Oh well, Evelyn, I'm going to go find someone to play. I'll see you later.
Take care, Millie.
And she skips off. $12 comes. Mabidon meets you. You get down to your lesson. He's very patient with all of you. Takes his time. But you know you're not something you're going to be able to grasp within a month. But you will, maybe accustom your ears to it a little bit. Other people come and go. You meet people, people to talk to, you play shuffleboard, whatever the fuck that thing's called. There are, as I said, there are dances arranged. There's so nights where people go and look at the stars. There are a couple of not quite famous people, but poets and things like that. They end up doing readings, talking to people. And the weeks pass. Evelyn, you see Millie every so often. She always wants to play something. She wants to see what you've written. You never see her with any parents. You don't see her at breakfast other than when she comes in afterwards to talk to you.
She'll probably ask about that after a couple of times.
No,
where are your parents? But where are they though?
In their room. They don't take breakfast with everyone else. They're a little bit. They don't like sitting with lots of people.
But they just let you roam about on the ship.
Well, it's Daddy's ship, isn't it?
Oh.
He smiles, but don't tell anyone. He doesn't like people to know he's on these things.
I see. I understand. Some important people can be very, very strange.
Yeah. Like your friend, the one that was kind of crazy. She's an important person. I think I've seen her somewhere before.
She's an actor. She's been in films.
Ah. The Scarlet Pooh. I wasn't meant to watch that, but I did, and it was very good.
I've not actually seen any of her films.
Well, she doesn't say much, and she laughs.
You're funny.
She takes a curtsy, so half curtsy, half bow thing. I try. I'll see you tomorrow, and she runs off. Doesn't ask you to play or anything this time, just goes.
Her dad's the owns the ship. That's very interesting. And pretty much any time it's quiet or she's not actively involved in the conversation, Evelyn is like compulsively journaling in the book.
We all are seeing this young lady, or is it just Evelyn?
Well, you saw her blow the
You saw her earlier.
I'm just making sure that what we're...
Yeah, I was worried about that too.
She's not coming up to talk to any of the rest of you, but she's talked to Evelyn. She tends to wait until Kathy's gone before she comes and says anything. She seems to be quite intimidated by Kathy.
She's right.
Okay.
Kathy is not child-friendly.
Bob, what do you do the third week?
Third week. Bob is basically just going to continue the same routine. He's been probably following Kathy around a little more to make sure she doesn't have another episode, or if she does, he's there. So he's not necessarily liking things he's hearing and seeing, but she is a companion, and he's worried about her. Also, he will check on the others while he's there, too.
There's one night
he often holds some conversations with his sword when he's alone in the room, asking it about what it thinks he should do and what he thinks of things, and confessing all this.
What does the sword tell you? What does the sword say to you?
Mostly, it tells him he's right. Why wouldn't it?
Oh,
but he has to take care of things, and according to him, the sword he is. So
the sword is kind of doesn't like that it has to be left alone. Length of time.
He's carrying them all. He's trying to carry it everywhere he can or wear it. So
the only time they let you actually carry it about is when you're going to practice or you've got a dress dinner. So you can't wear it to breakfast or anything or about on the ship normally. And it does get commented upon.
Wear a long trench coat and hide it behind it.
There's a night when you're out on the deck. There's a group looking at stars. Join them. Night goes on. You hear a sound. The last time you heard it was in a mosque or a former mosque. Your hand itches for your sword and you see that creature come swooping towards you. I'd like you to roll sanity, please.
You keep trying to take it away.
Lose 1 point of sanity. As everyone around you is taken aback in shock as you dive to the ground, screaming for people to get out of the way. After a moment, you realise there's nothing there. There's just you on the ground, all these people in their lovely dress. The guy with the daughter is looking at you, tutting.
I quickly stand up, brush off. Sorry about that. Good evening, and abruptly turns in a quick 180 and walks away.
When you get back to the sword,
his room and clenches his sword. Yes.
You shouldn't have left me here. I could have protected you. You shouldn't leave me here. It's dangerous.
Let me carry you.
How can they stop you? Just show them. Show them what I can do.
Because they're not the people I should be doing that to. I know that. But here, how can I figure out how to carry you around? He is thinking about this. Maybe I put you in a box or something, like a flower box.
You sleep with the bassist to get his things. Evelyn, one night... oh, sorry, what are you saying, Bob?
I was just going to say, other than that, he's just going to spend the rest of his day probably in his room after that embarrassing incident. So...
One night, Evelyn, you're In the corridors, they're feeling particularly tight. You see Millie. She's waving to you from the end of the corridor. I've got something to show you.
At this time of night, what is it?
Like, it's really important. Come on. And she grabs your hand and starts to pull you.
And she'll go with her, carefully.
She starts to take you into bits of the ship. So it takes you into a door that you've seen as only for staff. It's okay, Daddy's ship. If anyone says...
I shouldn't be in here.
Yes, but if they see me, I'll tell them you're my friend. It's okay, come on. And she takes you and... You're into a bit that's more like engines. It's getting warmer, it's getting tighter. I'd like you to give me a sanity roll, please.
Millie, I don't know how much further I can go in like this. It's very, like, you're smaller, a lot smaller than me.
You start to shake, you don't want to move. Millie puts a hand on yours, and the voice sounds much older, just a little bit further.
I can't come in here. I need to go back upstairs.
And she pulls at you, and you stumble forward.
Stop it.
Just here, you just need to speak to him. And it opens a door. It's a small hatch. You need to now, and you feel nails dig into your hand.
Who do I see if I look up?
Sitting on a chair in the middle of the room is a little doll.
Oh no.
Head cocked to the side. Miss Caldwell, it's lovely to see you again.
I never got your name before.
Millie says in the little girl voice again, that's Mr. Tiddles.
Is it though? Is it Mr. Tiddles?
The doll's head goes up, takes off an imaginary hat. That is what they call me. Now, I helped you, didn't I?
You did.
So, I said I would ask something of you. I'm not asking that of you yet. Right now, I just want your conversation.
Oh, do you now? It must be very tiresome with all the other toys.
It can be, yes. Millie, get seats for us. And you hear the metal seats being dragged along the ground from a person. Sit down, sit down.
And she'll sit.
Millie closes the door and sits, puts her hands in her lap, and she's smiling. It's such a gorgeous little girl grin. Mr. Tiddles is my friend too.
Oh. Oh, is he? How did you two meet?
Daddy introduced us. And the
Oh no.
voice kind of drops a bit. He asked me to come and get you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. And she looks at your hand and sees the scratch marks.
Yeah, sometimes we do things we don't always mean to.
Mr. Tiddles smiles. The little girl smiles. But he is a good friend, and I'm sure he'll help you too.
We already met.
Oh, great, now we can all be friends together. And you hear a laugh come from Mr. Tiddles that is old. Very, very old. And that's where we'll leave it for this evening. Hiya, Rob. Just coming in at the end.
You just had to drag us into a Chucky situation, didn't you?
No.
I mean, I've been trying to work out who that is, me personally, as well as, like, Evelyn probably has been as well, but... Because why would it wouldn't be Nyarlathotep, because why would Nyarlathotep want to stop the birth? It must be someone else. And I've got some ideas, but...
Well, Mr. Tiddles is ready to help again, maybe.
Oh, great.
Well, information, at least. Anyway, thank you very much. I had a lot of fun there. We will do the usual round, and then we'll do plugs, etc. And then we will probably raid the lollygaggers. So stick about if you're with us. We will start once again with... Did we start with Michelle? Yeah, Michelle, how was your evening, my dear? So good. Michelle?
Yeah?
How was your evening?
Well, it's been interesting.
Very good.
Kathy's broken and is having lots of sex. And she tried to do something that was actually useful and instead went a bit more insane. So that's been my evening.
Always good. Only a tiny bit more insane. Not very much.
We could totally make it to Australia.
Is it entirely possible?
Australia.
Tim, how was your night, mate?
My night was wonderful, or afternoon for me, actually.
Well,
but
yeah,
yes,
of
I know.
course.
But enjoyable game as always, Mark. Had fun. Bob survived. Lost a little sanity, and he's a little better with the sword. But other than that, now he's not another crack of alternate reality slipping into this reality.
And getting some Mandarin as well. I'll try and get a couple more phrases back in my head for next time. And last but not least, Lavaita.
I actually ended up with more sanity than I've had for a long time, even though I lost one.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But yeah, Millie's going to terrify my dreams for the next couple of weeks, I'm sure.
I'm not finished with Millie yet.
I didn't think you were.
Okay, so tomorrow, which is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers or father-like people, including myself. Happy Father's Day to me. We have what do you call it? Fallout.
Fallout.
We have on Monday we have Marvel, as far as I know.
Hope so.
And other than that, we've got the usual shit coming up. And the weekend, Friday, I think we have Hunter.
Vampire.
Fuck. Monday's then Hunter. Soon we're going to have Huckleberry, both a one shot and a scenario.
Weird West, right?
Yep, Weird West from our friend Stephen from the Lollygaggers. It's fucking amazing. He will be doing something very special in September, so even looking for a couple of players for that. So if you're interested, give me a shout as well. So I think if they're there, we'll raid Lollygaggers just now. And
they're not quite on yet. I'm refreshing. I think they must be on soon. They must be on soon. But I'm seeing myself over there, which is just weird.
How many people do we have watching? Because stay with us, people. Only get 4 viewers.
A reasonable number.
5 years. Father's Day was here. Yes, Father's Day's not on a Sunday.
I forgot. Maybe.
No, but Father's Day's always on a Sunday. So for us, so in Austria and Britain and America.
It's not like Mothering Sunday, where it's different day in America to everywhere else, and then America give me a heart attack.
Day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Aye. Anyway, right. So let's read them if they're there, and
just hang on if they're not there yet, because they'll be starting imminently.
Imminently.
Pressing the button.
We're pressing the button because I never know how to do these things. So we're going to say thank you very much. Good night. God bless.
Have a good day.
I know. Have a good day, afternoon, evening,
all the
morning.
Gods.
All the gods, all the deities, demigods, demiurges, what the fuck you want.
I could press the button anytime. I'm just waiting for you now. This is just fun.
Press the button.
Press that fucking button.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye, everyone.